I hope somebody gets to listen to this post because the last one I did got taken down for offending community values. I have no intention of offending community values. I was only trying to present our situation as it is. I think maybe it is our situation that is offending community values. Once, while we were out on one of our little ventures, we strayed into a very small town named Winesburg, Ohio. I knew then I had better read the book. Later, I learned that the pattern for the literary town was Clyde, Ohio, several miles to the north. I did read Winesburg, Ohio. In a way, it's all about community values. The author's original title was The Book of the Grotesques. His publisher, I think, considered that to be laying it on a bit thick, so a change was made. But the book remains a gallery of grotesques. In the introduction of my copy, a reference was made to a female reader who said she picked the book up with tongs, carried it to the basement, and put it in the furnace where it belonged. I would not do that, but I understood her urge. The book is gloomy, dark, dismal, ugly. The people in it are deformed, undone by their desires, with unformed or unresolved identities. Of one, the author writes, "He did not know where he was going or what he was going to do." That could be the town motto. Loneliness crushes many in this town. There is no wholesomeness in the depiction of small town life, nor little of cheer. This is not Norman Rockwell or Lake Wobegon. It's more like Peyton Place, only darker. Some of the people move about like dumbstruck zombies, not the living dead, but nearly dead, inside. The people in the town, because they cannot communicate their true feelings, are emotionally stunted, grotesques. Their great hope lies in George Willard. He may find the words that will somehow bring them to life. The author captures all the human feeling that makes or mars their lives. Many of these people are damaged, some badly and permanently damaged. I would not say they are mentally ill, but I did feel that many were mentally disturbed. They were grotesque. Life had made them so. The author doesn't shy away from this, but he might be able to redeem them. Only the few know the sweetness of the twisted apples, he wrote. The people in the town are connected by many misunderstandings. Anderson says one was betrayed by her desire to have something beautiful come into her rather narrow life. A teacher speaks to her students of Charles Lamb. She tells them strange, intimate little stories as if she had lived in the house with him and known all the secrets of his private life. George Willard, a reporter, a stand-in for the author, is sprinkled throughout the book and leaves the town in the end, heading out to establish himself as a writer. Don't be a mere peddler of words, a teacher tells him. The thing is to know what people are really thinking, not what they say. Most of the people in the town have great difficulty saying anything. They decide to talk, then back out of it. Or they find a sympathetic ear, often the young reporter, and pour forth a torrent he cannot understand. Winesburg is a place where things do not happen and people lose hope. Or, if they do happen, these things are poor and unsatisfactory. I thought Winesburg was a wretched place, a kind of hell, a repository for people who were born there and could not get out, or ones who came there and were smashed in its trap. I can't recall a single instance of a happy family or a confident person. The town is racked by doubt and shame. The publisher, with an eye to sales, changed the title, but the book the author wrote was the one packed with grotesques. It is strange to think that so much harm could come to such a small town. Two passages from the book. The first is a rumination by a religious zealot, speculating on the change that he sees coming. The beginning of the most materialistic age in the history of the world, when wars would be fought without patriotism, when men would forget God and only pay attention to moral standards, when the will to power would replace the will to serve, and beauty would be well nigh forgotten in the terrible, headlong rush of mankind toward the acquiring of possessions. And this, one shudders at the thought of the meaninglessness of life, while at the same instant, and if the people of the town are his people, one loves life so intensely that tears come into the eyes. One of the grotesques, the author writes, "Not happily placed. Still, he existed. Not happily placed. That's life in Winesburg, an unhappy place."